So, I haven't been around on my YouTube in a while, so I said to myself, tier lists are popular, or they were, a year ago. um, yeah. So, and I was like, well, I like Zelda, so why not make my a Zelda tier list? I'm sure that'd be interesting and not controversial at all. You'd have a couple of hot takes on this. But yeah, let's get started on this thing. Alright, so Ocarina of Time. Oh, I don't know where I put this. It was my very first Zelda game. I grew up with it on the N64. I have a lot of memories of it. I'm just gonna put it on fantastic. It has a great story. It's very memorable. Great dungeons, great music. Ganon's pretty cool. Ganondorf, I should say. That's the first time you saw Ganondorf. And in the timeline sense, it basically is the thing that branched everything out, which is majorly important and it's pretty cool. It's the first 3D Zelda game. I don't know what else there is to say about it. It's just a really good game. I don't think that's controversial at all. Alright. Next one on the list is Four Swords Adventures. So this is the GameCube version. Is there a... Yeah, there's the GBA one here. I've only played like half the game. It's pretty good. If you have a bunch of friends over, it's pretty fun. I wouldn't say it's average. I'd say it's pretty good. It's a pretty good multiplayer game, especially a Zelda multiplayer game, which is something we don't get too often. Just having 4 links just cause mayhem on screen. It's pretty cool, and the fact that if you go into a cave or a house on the TV, you have to look on your Game Boy Advance because you go from the TV into your Game Boy Advance. You have to move inside the Game Boy Advance, which is pretty cool. I like that aspect of it. So yeah, it's going on the a good. I'm gonna save this for later. I have a good take on that. Minish Cap. Okay, I've played through this game once. It has a pretty good story. Pretty good music. Pretty good villain. It has a good manga. It plays pretty good. So I'll just put it at good. I don't know. It's a good portable Zelda game, 2D Zelda game. The Minish part was pretty cool, where you turn into like a small little Minish and go around the world in a small little thing. It's pretty cool. Cool gameplay wise and visually wise, I kind of like it actually. But yeah, that's a good. All right, next is Zelda 2. Weird how Zelda 1's not first. Zelda 2. It's the weird one. It's the one that doesn't play like the rest of the series. I don't know. It's hard to rank it compared to everything else. I never beat it. It's a really hard NES game. But the backstory for it is pretty freaking metal. Ganon's minions need Link's blood to revive the ashes of Ganon. That's pretty freaking metal if you ask me. Gameplay wise, it's kind of annoying, especially with those armored knights that seem to block every single one of your moves, which is really annoying. But yeah, I think it's average. I'd say it's average. Skyward Sword. Alright. Haha, this might be a fun one. Yeah. I really like this game. I really like this game. I got this game the day... It was the first Zelda game I got. No, that's not a lie. The second Zelda game I got on release day. I I actually like the waggle controls, the Wiimote, uh, the motion controls, I mean. I never really had an issue at all. I, if you have an issue, just recenter it. I don't know. I don't know what the issue. The swordplay was really cool. I wish they brought it back for at least one spin-off Zelda game or something. It'd be pretty cool. And the story is the best story in a Zelda game, and that's a hot take. The fact that it's the start of the Zelda timeline, I mean, it's awesome. It shows the backstory with the Triforce, kind of. It shows the backstory with Link, with this being the first Link. It shows the backstory with Zelda, backstory for Ganon even, where it shows that he comes from Demise, which, well, Ganon is Demise reincarnated or something like that. There's a bunch of different things you can pull out of that game. It's kind of interesting because it had Sheikah in it, which that's pretty freaking far back in the timeline to have those, but you know, it's pretty interesting. Girahim is a really freaking good villain. He's kind of creepy, but I don't know. I like him as a villain. And at the very end, when you find out, oh, spoiler warning, at the end of the game, when you find out that he's a Dark Master Sword, does that even have a name? I don't think so. He's a Dark Master Sword, like how Fi is the Master Sword. It's pretty interesting. Pretty interesting. But would I put it over top of Ocarina of Time? This might be a hot take. At the moment, no. That hurts. I really like this Ocarina of Time remake too. Like, I played that a lot when it came out too. Forgot to mention that. Next up is Link Between Worlds. Another fantastic Zelda game. Hot take, it's better than Link to the Past. Crucify me, I don't know. It's a really good game. It's basically Link to the Past with a bunch of extra stuff in the game. It has for one, it has a better story. I really like the painting mechanic. I think they went all in on it with the puzzles and everything, and it was really cool. And it's the one game I find myself replaying a lot. It's pretty good. Yeah. I wish they brought Lorule back in any game ever, or mention it, because it's a really cool concept of a dark Hyrule. I don't know. Something about that's kind of interesting. So yeah, that's fantastic. Wind Waker. It's a pretty great game. The only thing I don't like about Wind Waker is the fact that it really feels like it's trying to be a pirate game, and it doesn't really live up on the pirate feel. Just a big ocean. It's not really piratey. I don't know. But it does give a lot of character development to Ganondorf, which is really much needed in the Zelda games. Story's really good. The music is amazing. Oh my gosh. Same with Skyward Sword and Link Between Worlds. Great music. I forgot to mention that. Really good music. Yeah. It's a great game. I just wouldn't put it on par with the ones that have been fantastic. I can't say that word. Fantastic. Fantastic. Okay. Oracle of Seasons. This is the only one I have not played. Oracle of Ages. I played this, but for like 10 minutes, so I'm also gonna put that in the haven't played. Phantom Hourglass. Oh boy. Oh boy. I'd say it's pretty good. Actually, let's fix that. There we go. I think it's pretty good. I played it a lot when I was younger. I got it for Christmas, along with the Golden Triforce DS Lite. I really like it. It's really cool. The story's pretty funny. The characters, Lineback, oh my gosh, he's so funny. one of the best characters in the Zelda series as a whole. Better than Tingle, hot take, I know. Yeah, I think it's just translated Wind Waker to the DS in a really good way. Bellum was a really unique villain. I actually don't mind the tower. No, not the tower. The Temple of the Ocean King. It wasn't that bad. Seriously. If anything, it made you wanna. It was like it's like Zelda having speedruns. Like, it felt like a speedrunning dungeon, which is really cool. I don't know. It's really cool. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's a really good game. Especially for the DS. Twilight Princess. But this has the HD cover, but it's still Twilight Princess. Fantastic. It's a really good story. I like how it shows the after events of Ocarina of Time, just like how Wind Waker did, but in a separate timeline or whatever. But I just really like how they basically made Ocarina of Time. But a hot take, they did a better overall version of Ocarina of Time. But Ocarina of Time is more nostalgic. This is a personal. This is not an objective list, this is a personal list. If you know what I mean. So, my opinion is gonna change like every day after this. I'm like, why did I put it there? But, yeah, I'll put it, no, there. That's alright. Yeah. I really like the music, like, with every Zelda game, there's good music. I don't know. It was a really good game. I like the how they went back to the look of Ocarina of Time with the overworld. It was a pretty big overworld. I like the story. I really like the manga. Really like the manga. I like the Twilight. I like Midna. She's the best companion Link ever had. It's a fun game. It's a really fun game. Alright. Link's Awakening. This is a weird one. It has the Switch case, but there's also no, Link's Awakening original, so I guess they are just assuming it's the same. I've only beat the remake. I've played the original a bunch of times as a kid, but I never beat it on the original system. I mean, I liked it. Yeah, it's good. I think it's good. I think it's pretty good. Yeah, it was pretty good. Yeah. Original NES Legend of Zelda. It was revolutionary when it came out. It was groundbreaking. Paved the way for the rest of the series and just open world games in general. But going back nowadays without a guide, it's pretty intense. So for that, I wouldn't say it's average. It's pretty good. Yeah, I'd say it's pretty good. It's like nowadays it's hard to play it. Like the biggest thing I don't like about it is the way that Link swings in this game. Because he doesn't do a swing, he just does a stab, which is a lot harder to deal with when you're fighting a bunch of enemies. So yeah, I think it's pretty good nowadays. Oh boy, Breath of the Wild. Hot take. I think the only thing that Breath of the Wild has over anything else is the gameplay and the big open world. I think the story was much better in most of the other 3D Zelda games. I think the characters were a lot better than the other Zelda games. I think the dungeons were better in the original Zelda games. I think this, yeah, the music was even better in some of the other Zelda games. The only memorable, or the only really good track in this game is Hyrule Castle, which is really freaking fun. And the only dungeon, I guess you can call it dungeon, in the game that's actually fun, in my opinion. I didn't really like the shrines. It was kind of busy work. So, yeah, it's pretty... It's a good stepping stone. I'm sure Breath of the Wild 2 is going to be a lot better, but for now, it's going to go in the great. Because it is a great game. It's just not one of my personal fantastic games. Majora's Mask, that's a fun one. It creeped me the heck out as a kid. I used to run away from the TV whenever I saw the moon. That's not a lie. I had to get my mom to play it for me. I was a scaredy cat as a kid. I have it a lot. Same with Ocarina of Time, to be honest. The moblins in the forest, ooh, that scared me a lot. I wouldn't get through that game without her. Majora's Mask. I have to think about this. It's a fantastic game. I just don't know where to put it on the tier list. Do I like it more than Link Between Worlds? They're both really replayable, which is fun. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. Yeah. It's better than Wind Waker, but it just misses the mark off of Link Between Worlds. But yeah, it has Skull Kid as a villain. It's pretty cool. Well, it's actually Majora's Mask, but Skull Kid is the main villain for most of the game. I really like the 3D mechanic. Especially when you have all these side quests on certain times of the days, which is the reason why it's really playable. Especially when you're trying to go for all the masks in the game to get the Fierce Deity mask. I think that's the only way to play the game. To be completely honest, I think that's the only way to really play the game. Because if you don't do that, you don't get the full experience, you know. So yeah, it's a really fun game. It's you could even call it it's a fantastic game. Alright, now here's a personal favorite of mine. Link to the Past on GBA, specifically. And it comes with 4 swords. This is the version of this is the version of Link to the Past that I grew up with, the Game Boy Advance version. And I played it a lot. Like a lot. I beat it. I don't know how I beat it when I was a kid, but I did. But the thing that really stuck out was the 4 swords. That was really cool. Me and a bunch of neighborhood friends used to just, at school, after school, whatever. We brought our Game Boy Advances everywhere. To camping trips, whatever. We played this game all the time. We beat it plenty of times. Just kind of short, but it's like the one on the GameCube. It's pretty good when you have a lot of people around. It's a good social game. Because it has 4 swords and Link to the Past, I think it's pretty great. Link to the Past. Yeah. A lot of Super Nintendo boys are gonna be mad at me. Woo woo. I think it's pretty good. The story's kind of lacking. Laid the basic groundwork for a Zelda game with collecting 3 whatevers from each of the beginning 3 dungeons, then the game opening up after that. Open that up. The game introduced that. It introduced a bunch of the main series Zelda themes. Just that I feel that a bunch of other games do a better job than what Link to the Past does, in my opinion. So for that reason, it's going behind Minish Cap. Triforce Heroes. I played a tiny bit. At the I haven't even played multiplayer. I've only played by myself, and what I've played, yeah, it's pretty average. I don't know. It's hard to play in single player. I might update this list when I play the multiplayer of it. But for now, yeah, it's pretty average. All right, the last one on the list. Spirit Tracks. Now here is a very hot take. I absolutely love this game. Seriously one of my all-time favorite Zelda games. It has great characters. I love the train mechanic. I'm just gonna put it here for now. I'm just gonna put it there for now. Okay. I love the characters. Like Zelda in this game was like really fleshed out. They freaking kill her in the first 15 minutes of the game, which is really intense. And then she can go around as a ghost or whatever. Then other character like the bunny guy, the freaking bunny guy who's dressed up in a bunny outfit trying to catch bunnies everywhere. That's pretty funny. I really like the story. The story was really good with Chancellor Cole and Byrne. Yes, I think. Just the whole story between like those two characters, and then near the end of the game, Malladus, which is pretty much Ganon. It's a Ganon copy, but I don't know. It's pretty cool, especially at the end of the game when you fight Chancellor Cole and Malladus on top of the demon train. It's the end of the game. That's a really cool. That's a cool, good-looking fight. And then after that, when Chancellor Cole and Malladus fuse into one giant, weird-looking monster guy, that's pretty cool. I think that a lot of the bosses in this game are really good. Same with the dungeons. The dungeons were really good in this game. The music was really good too. Yeah, especially the overworld. The overworld music was pretty good. I like the train a little bit more than the boat from Phantom Hourglass, just because in Phantom Hourglass, like, sure, it feels more open, but you're still on a line. You're still following a line. So, because the touchscreen, DS touchscreen or whatever, right? So, it just makes more sense that you're on a train, because trains are on a line. I don't know. It just makes a little bit. It just makes a little bit of sense to me. I like the fact that you can see characters from Phantom Hourglass. What happened to them in Spirit Tracks? Like, you see their ancestors. In the case of Lineback, you see where like his grave is, which is really cool for lore reasons or whatever. I really like the Tower of Spirits. It's a much better version of Temple of the Ocean King. Except it's not timed, which makes sense because a lot of people complain about that. But I just like it more because like there's more levels. There's not more levels, but there's more like places you can get it to quickly. You don't have to go from the very beginning all the way down. Like there's little shortcuts all along the way, which is pretty good. But yeah, I really like this game. It's really good, really good. Played it when I was like 9 years old. This was the first game I got the day it came Um, where do I put it? I know where. Doop. I don't know if I like Ocarina of Time's ranking right there. You know what? Screw it. I'm gonna make a controversial opinion right now. Boom! A tier list done. At this very moment, I think Skyward Sword is the best Zelda game. In my opinion, of course. I love it. It's fun. I've already said that. But, yeah. This right here is my tier list. Ta-da! So yeah, if you want to see more tier lists by me, please like, comment, and subscribe. In the comments, please put in, if you liked it, please tell me that you liked it, and if you want, suggest to me other tier lists to make, because this is actually pretty fun. Not gonna lie. Yeah. So that's everything. So yeah, this has been Red the Super Namek, and I am signing out.